you know, with all of this Boku no Hero, it's pretty crazy that they not only did the characters fit, or the people fit into their characters, but that's what other people believed as well. You know, watching the set, it was really crazy. How did you feel about the overall reception of Boku no Hero? You're okay?
It was okay.
Are you okay?
I just farted.
Are you excited? Let's go! What's going through?
Zero and Aoyama are widely loved in the fandom, and Mineta is widely disliked. And yet you all received an outstanding reaction from the audience. What was it like hearing that your portrayals of your characters were received so well?
Well, for me, it was really fun because I know everybody didn't really like that character too much, so I'm like, okay, you're gonna love me, but you're gonna hate that you love me, so that was what I was going for.
I also just really enjoyed the pure artistry and soul that Bev brought to Mineta, my best boy. Just love him so much. He's such a bleep this out.
Wow.
He's such a horrible person. I love him.
Wow.
It's funny, I even knew what he was going to say, and even then I was like, I wonder what he's talking about.
I love Beth so much. Every time she would go to start her thing, she would not do it on the count. So it would be like, pour some sugar on it. And I was like, oh no, you just missed it. Wait. And then we'd do it again, and she'd do it on a different count, but like not on the 8. Pour some. And I was like, no, baby, what are you doing?
Accurate.
I think the one that surprised me the most, probably yours. Just because even the night when we did it, we were watching and we were like, oh, going through, what's it called? The girls doing Mina's. And then suddenly, like, the mix just kept playing and I remember hearing it and I was like, you. Just you. So it was great.
It was great. Honestly, I never really paid attention to Sero before getting the character, but like after I got his character, I watched all his YouTube compilations, and a lot of people actually really love Sero. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great.
Yo, Sarah.
So yeah. I got to be with Jessica, Sarah, the whole time. It's so funny because her wig will literally define what gender she is. So she puts on the wig, boom, she's a dude. Takes it off, she's a beautiful woman, and it's so funny. The whole time she was just kind of not complaining, but just like, oh man, like no one's gonna want to hit on me now. I'm like, yeah.
She's a beautiful
Good.
dude.
Good, that's because you're mine.
Personally, I actually wasn't the biggest fan of Aoyama because he's very showy and flamboyant and like out there, and that's very not my human. So when I got him, I was like, ooh, okay, channel my not me. But it was really cool that everyone liked it, and I feel like the piece was also very accurate to him, so it made it easy to kind of channel that presence.
I'm gonna go ahead and shout out the production that was Aoyama.
Yeah!
Because if and when you've seen Amy dance like throughout the season, she's not that comfortable with being like super flamboyant, and that like this isn't something that's usual for her.
This is not a natural
pose. like back bends, etc. That's not where she typically just goes first. So to see her like pull that and really play it up on stage to give life to that production, it was an entire production. Like that was crazy. But she did it. Like she did a really good job of going for it and making Aoyama, again, one of those characters, because he had such a good story. He had a lot of development, and it wasn't like in-your-face development. It was like, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do it. That's exactly what happened. She was brave, and she did it. It was great. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, she was honestly actually the one that I was going to say too, which is really funny. Because I was like half tempted to do this while you were talking, but I didn't want to influence your answer, but apparently we're on the same page. Yeah, but it was really cool, especially because like Amy is a kind of quiet person by nature. She will gladly talk to you, have a conversation with you, but she's not necessarily all the one standing front and center to do so. So getting her to see her in this character where they are very front and center, it was just really great to see her. And she kind of did that in ATM too.
Yeah.
She really got to just pull it out this year, and it was really awesome.
This year was the first time I was a boy a few times, so that was very different for me. So I had to take back a lot of my femininity because I like doing the femme stuff and the girly things, but I just had to be a boy. It was weird, but it was fun. It just tapped into a lot of things that I haven't been able to do before because I never really thought about it that way, so that was really fun.
Sarah reminds me of Spider-Man. So
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
I could do this. And like the steez he has, and quick
Real.
movements, and I was like, gotta use the elbows, and I love using my elbows for some reason. So I was like, okay,
so much
it goes,
swag from your elbows.
it goes together, yeah. So it was kind of nice. It was a good transition.
Her freestyle video, the separate video where it's edited and we're in that parking garage, and man, I think everybody on the team, because she's so shy and like she doesn't like to freestyle, but when she's put on the spot, like she will murder that, yeah. And yeah, I remember her being on Pack, and she was known as that like groovy, swaggy person. She like always, yeah, that music. Oh, it's them. Okay, yeah. So yeah, she and it's cool because like when everybody doesn't see her freestyle, and then when she finally does do her thing, and then when it's on the spur of the moment after the cameras, I remember everybody everyone's like, what? We didn't know you can do that. You're so amazing. She's like, I've had this all along. Yeah. So she's
Secret OP, by the way.
Okay.
yeah. I know.
She is though.
Yeah. So.
That's Sarah.
Yay.
I feel like Aoyama, I tend to freestyle pretty femme already, but Aoyama's different. He's not quite femme, he's just very large, very open, very big, very unapologetically
So showy.
out there.
Yeah.
So that was different for me because it was very much I like smaller movements, and that's not him. I would do this, he would do that. And I'm like, all right, well, so fun times.
Well, going into Boku no Hero is essentially one of the biggest animes, and it's like trending, and it's really, really huge. Everyone knows about it. It's so popular. Everyone loves it. It's so wholesome. How did you feel about the reception of Boku no Hero to the community?
I thought it was amazing. The response that we got for that set is incredible from what we've had before. When I was looking up at the sets and I was looking, I'm like, oh, we got this many watchers. That's amazing. I'm like, 100,000? What is happening? This is amazing. What?
I think it was a good timing for Boku no Hero to come out with this idea, and since anime is getting a lot more popular, I feel like we chose the perfect anime to use.
I feel like with as popular as Boku no Hero has become, people were looking for more.
So I'm here with my kids. Hey kids, turn around.
They wanted to find more of it, more like whether it be reading the manga, whether it be like watching AMVs, like there's like people wanted to have more content because the content was only so much, and then they're like, okay, well now I have to go find fan fictions to continue this hunger. And so it was nice that we already wanted to do this, and then we had all these ideas of how to do the quirks and like make these characters people that were actual humans on a stage that people could see their faces and think, oh my god, I get it. Like it was really, really cool that they got all the inside jokes and they saw the little things that we did, and we're like, oh, every little bit's intentional. Everything was on purpose. We're all trolls here. So it was really nice. It was awesome.
We don't want to say goodbye to it. We like it.
So we're not gonna say goodbye to it.
You ready? Are you excited? Let's go! What's going through?
dun, dun. But it was, and I said this last year. Me and Soulmate talked about closing FMA, and I called it sensational. And I feel like for Boku no Hero, I am actually impressed. For the whole time of going to AX, there's always been so many times where I've been like, I want to go back to that day, or I want to go back to that moment. I want to go back to that freestyle or that performance. But I think this is the first year where I think if I could relive that weekend again, exactly the way it was, I would be perfectly fine. Because we had so much fun being the characters off stage as well as on stage. A lot of times, because the team was always bigger in the past, it was hard to keep us together for long periods of time so that you could have that interaction, so you could play it up, so that you could slowly climb to the point where you hit the climax when you were on the stage, and your whole day together built to that. And this year we got to do that, and it was so much fun doing that. And what people don't get to see is that process. We didn't have a tech this year. We had this much of a tech.
We had a stress ball change.
We had a stress ball change. They said we don't have enough time for it, so just go on stage and maybe. Mm-hmm. And so we went on stage and we maybe'd for about a jig and a SpongeBob, and then we got off stage, and then we just went outside and we rehearsed more and we had fun with it, and then we came inside and we did the thing. But the performance for us started that morning when we first put on who we were, all the way up to the moment when we didn't take off who we were afterwards. So many of us didn't want to take it off because it was so good. And so I actually really love this set, and I am not ready to say goodbye to it.
Yeah.
So
they always say you always have to fight your fears, right? And it was definitely a scary set. In fact, I would call it Boku no Hero.
And on that note,
that was a sour note. But don't you laughed at my plan, now yours.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, from the bottom of our hearts. Arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your support. You guys do so much more than you think. You're recognized, you're loved. Thank you so much.